y'all, welcome back to the shop. Anson here from Ivey Sports and Homestead. So today we're actually in the woodworking shop. This shop's still a work in progress, but we are getting there. All right, so just a couple things. I like going to antique stores. Obviously, we just got out of the holidays, and anytime I go to my mom's out in Missouri, she lives out in the Ozarks, and there's a plethora of antique shops and used consignments and all kinds of stuff right next to her house. So I always make it a habit to go to at least one or two or five or seven, right? And during some of those trips that I've done, I've actually picked up a few hand planes. All right, so not bad. This is a Stanley-bailey number 5. So you can look there. We got a number 5. It's in great shape. So I picked this up. I found it. You can see the sole, nice and clean. I'll still clean it up even a little bit more. The handle in great shape. It was a little loose. Has some tape I'm gonna take off. Other than that, it's just dirty. All right, it needs to be cleaned, taken apart and cleaned. The blade for it in here somewhere. All right, does need some work. So it is rusted. It's not sharp. Along with the frog, it needs work as well. So those are some of the things that I'm going to be working on here in the near future. And then I also got some other blades and frogs blade in here that I'm just going to clean them all up, ones that I found. So I picked this one up for $20. That was a really good price. It's definitely cheaper than buying it brand new. And then we have an antique shop here locally, right around the corner from me, to where I also picked up a Stanley-bailey number 4. And I actually got this one for $10. It was hiding in a cabinet. I just so happened to open up a cabinet that was closed because I thought the cabinet itself looked really neat, and I was looking at it inside and out. And when I opened it, this was inside. The only thing that was inside of it. I don't know if someone was trying to hide it or whatnot, but regardless, I found it, and now it's mine. I bought it. So same thing. I'm going to be taking this one apart and getting it all cleaned up as well. So I'll be throwing that in there, and then just looking it over. Same thing. It just got just a little bit of surface rust. The handle could use just a little bit of tightening, but there's no cracks, nothing in it. It looks great. It was painted, which is factory that way. Which I'll probably take these off and just sand them, just bring them out to just a natural wood, and then I'll reseal those. Because I think it looks good either way, right? And then I've also picked up, just over the years, I've had these for a few years now, but just some little basic block planes. I believe this one was just a Craftsman. It doesn't even have any marks on it, but I do believe the blade for it at one time did have a sticker, but it needs some work. It's rusted. The blade on it dull, and it just needs to be cleaned. All right, so that's another one I'm gonna be working on, and then I have another. Like I said, this one's also fairly rusted. Another little block plane here. I'm not sure of the make on this one either. I do know that it's made in the U.S. I really haven't looked it up. I do like this one because it actually has an adjustment or adjustable. Um, I'm still learning terms of these. I believe the mouth or the opening. So this is the front little foot on that. You can open that or close it. It's pretty nice. This one also has the thumb screw for adjusting the blade angle up or down, and it has a little arm to be able to adjust it left or right whenever you're putting it inside. And then obviously the little lockdown for the blade itself. Which is here. So, oh yeah, this blade is a Craftsman, so I do believe, and this is the original blade, so this should be a Craftsman. Which in here, it just says C2 or C151, and then the blade that's on it has the little grooves in the back. That's for this little part here for whenever you're lifting it up and down. It's able to sit on one of these notches that allow it to move up or down. So whenever you adjust this to where it's going, you're going to just line it up with one of those grooves. Pretty nice. So this one also, it's probably the sharpest one I do have because I have used it in the past. So it has been sharpened, but it does need to be re-honed and re-sharpened and cleaned. So I have all those in the bucket, and I will be working on that. That goes to there. All right, so just a few other things that I'm going to be working on. So I do have some steel that I'm going to be making my own blade here in the hopefully near future. But I want to make my own hand plane that is not made with a chisel. So this is an adjustable rabbet plane that I've made, and this one is not finished. Obviously, I still have to sand it out, smooth it out. But this was just made with an old chisel that I have in here, and then it has the little hold down, and the hold down to this. See if I can get it out of here. Whenever it was shaped, right? So it has the little fluted end. So whenever that's in there and it's holding that blade in, it allows the shavings from here to curl out the side. And then obviously I had a nice big enough gap here to allow for the big portion of the chisel, so when it sits in there. And I do have this with the bevel up. And there's really no fine adjustments on this. It's just just like any other type of chisel. You can hit on the front or the back to get it to come up or down. And then each time that you do that, you have to make sure that your wedge is back seated, right? So you can hit the front, get it to move a little bit one direction, or you hit the heel, get it to move another direction, and then I can see that hitting the heel, raise the blade up, reset, and then in doing that, it's just barely sticking out now. But if I needed to take a little more of a cut, hit the front, and it sticks out a little bit more. Reset my wedge just a little bit, and it definitely is holding it nice and tight. And so it's just a back and forth, whatever you need as you're going through. All right. So this one actually works well. I've already used it, even though I haven't fully finished smoothing everything out. And it does get rough on your hands after you're using it for a while. All right, so the wood that I plan on using on some of the bigger jack planes that I want to make, and for the jointing planes that I want to make. Where have I got it? All right, so it's right here. Is the redwood, or not? Oh, wow, redwood. No, Purple Heart. I say redwood because I have, thanks to my uncle, redwood from the northern part of California, and I got about 20 of those. So I will be making some projects with that, but my planes that I'm going to make is going to be coming from this, and not just this one. I do have more that are bigger than this. So we're definitely going to be making some hand planes. More than likely, I will be doing this. The first one, I think I'm going to do with my power tools, just to get it done, just to say that I've made one. And then the second one that I make, I'm going to do strictly with hand tools. That way I have one of both. So I'll do one with power tools and one with hand tools, because not everybody wants to be working with only hand tools, and not everybody wants to be working with only power tools. So I'll do one of each. All right. So there we go. A little bit about my woodworking shop and some of the projects that I have in the future coming up. So come on back if you want to check them out. Nice. So we'll get some refurbishments done on some of the nice Stanleys that I have, and then I'll be making some planes with the Purple Heart that I have. All right. Thanks, y'all, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye now.